This is freshman Shelbyville Central cheerleader Emily Donovan, and you're on Shelbyville's radio home for Central, 98.7 FM and AM 1580. WLIJ, go Eagles.
Hi, this is Pam Tillis. Hi, this is Reba McIntyre.
Turn on the radio.
98.7 and AM 1580. WLIJ, Shelbyville, Tennessee, the leader.
Welcome to your live and local coverage of election returns. On 98.7 FM and AM 1580 WLIJ. Also live tonight on WLIJ's Facebook and YouTube platforms, streaming on WLIJradio.com and on the free WLIJ 98.7 mobile app. We will be informing you with the results from each Bedford County precinct as they become available. Bedford County primary election returns on WLIJ are brought to you by Dr. Dale Hasty Family Eye Care, Ernie Cook and Son Motors, Heritage South Community Credit Union, Matthew Allen Trucking LLC, and by C&J Wood Design. Now, let's send it live to WLIJ Studio B. Here are tonight's hosts, Warren Wells and Kasey Kesselring.
Hello, Bedford County, and welcome to tonight's live coverage of election results for the Bedford County Republican primary on WLIJ. As the polls close and results begin to come in, we're here to keep you informed with accurate, up-to-minute coverage. Throughout the evening, we'll bring you precinct-level results, candidate reactions, and analysis of what it all means for you and our community. Good evening. My name is Warren Wells, and across the table from me here in WLIJ Studio B is Dr. Kasey Kesselring, and we have special guest Commissioner Scott Johnson as well. Hello, gentlemen.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good to be here. What a great day for democracy and the republic here in Bedford County.
Yes. Right. Always exciting day. You know, some of y'all know I kind of grew up in politics and started young, and election day is always a fun day, and I know you all love it too.
Absolutely.
So, Dr. Kesselring, I'll start with you. I thought we might just touch on your past a little bit. This is the first time you've been on the air for election coverage, and maybe talk about how you got to Middle Tennessee here in Shelbyville and why you're here.
Well, you'll be happy to know it's through the horse business, Warren Wells.
Amen.
Yeah, I fed that one a little bit.
Yes. So,
good transition.
Yeah, spent my time in private education at the Webb School back in the 90s, and transitioned from Morgan horses to walking horses while I was here. And even though I moved to Florida for about 25 years, we had a farm here and continued to be actively involved in the walking horse industry, and knew that we'd always come back here when it was time to settle down. So we've done that, and glad to be here in Bedford County, and was always very active in the local shaping of communities, which involves elected officials. So happy to be here and participate tonight.
Yeah. And what I love is when someone from the walking horse industry moves here and gets involved in the community. And I know you're involved in the chamber and Rotary and a lot of things like that. And we're just really, really happy to have you and your family here in town.
Glad to be here.
And Scott, I think if anybody is known...
doesn't need any introduction.
Right. If anybody is known on this radio station, it is you. But why don't you introduce yourself a little bit?
Well, Scott Johnson, I'm currently a commissioner in District 5, which is Ross and Normandy and the Country Club and Flat Creek and stuff, but I'm not running again, so I can be in here tonight.
Yeah.
But we have a few significant health issues, so we're not running again. But I always get excited for elections because people that run our county and help do things, and always good that WLIJ right here is giving back to the community by doing this public service. 100%. I appreciate both of you guys being here because you two are the right guys to have in here talking about this tonight.
Well, thank you so much. And so, the polls just closed about 7 minutes ago, so we'll be waiting for those early vote numbers to come in pretty soon, we hope, and then we'll go precinct through precinct. We have a couple of contested primaries that we'll be focused on tonight. So, county mayor, which is one that everybody is very excited about, and then county commission District 1. Those are our two. And then we have one more. We have property assessor. Is that correct? Yes. And property assessor. Yep. So
absolutely.
We have three contested primaries tonight, and so that will be very exciting. like we said, I'm Warren Wells, and I started in politics in 2008, working for Jim Tracy and a local state senator here, and ended up, putting in about 18 years on Capitol Hill working in politics, and so moved home.
And you still have all your hair.
Yeah. I do, yeah.
Kasey doesn't, but you do.
Yeah, mine's good genetics. So I don't know. I did pull it out a lot, but good genetics held up, and so moved home about 5 years ago to be the CEO of the celebration, and just very grateful that all the things that WLIJ does for our local community and allowing me to be a part of this and support the walking horse industry like they do. So Scott, what do you think about tonight? Did you see a lot of people at the polls, and what are you hearing about numbers?
Normally when you have just a primary, you don't get a big turnout, but I've heard that some of our districts have a huge turnout. District 1, for example. We'll see when the numbers come in. But what I do want to thank is all these folks that are running for office, because I'm going to tell you right now, it's hard to get people to run for office now. Why is that? And I don't know if you remember when I spoke to the Rotary Club several months ago, I said, what do you think the number one issue and problem is in politics? Social media. Mm-hmm. Because there's so many people that put stuff out there. There's a lot of lack of accountability. You can say kind of what you want, right? But that's our First Amendment right to do that, and I don't argue with that. But the biggest question I get as a county commissioner, when I first got in office, here's what I would get. Could you get Mark Clinton to fill that pothole on my road? Okay, I mean, that was the normal, right? The last 2 years, I would say 90% of the stuff, other than our recent property tax assessment, that came to me is, okay, this is what I saw on social media. Is this true or not? Mm. And I will tell you that 90% of the time I'd go, you heard what? Because, being involved in the process, I said, no, that's inaccurate. That's not what's going on at the county commission right now. But I appreciated those constituents calling me and asking for clarification, because there's just...
As opposed to continuing the misinformation.
Exactly, right. It's just part of it, and it's politics everywhere. It's not just Bedford County. It's like that everywhere, national level, and that sort of thing. So that's been probably the biggest change I've seen in the last 4 years.
Yeah. And speaking of contested primaries, you live in District 1, is that right? So what did you see at the polls today?
I live in District 1, and certainly in my comings and goings around town, it's certainly on the minds of a lot of folks who live in District 1. When I went to the poll this afternoon, just before coming here, it was very busy, very busy. So there was actually a bit of a line getting in. So, but looks like we might have some data coming in.
Yeah, let me look at these real quick. But I'll ask you all this, and you can talk while I look at these numbers. Sure. Yeah. So, early vote or election day vote? What do you prefer and why?
I'm a creature of habit, so I'm an election day guy. Just maybe it's an age. I don't know. Go to the polls.
Well, Kasey, I will say I used to always vote on election day at my box in Platte Creek. But being in public safety business, you never know what's going to happen, right?
Yeah, true.
And there was a time when I had to respond to something. I didn't get to vote that day.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm a big believer in voting. Mm-hmm. And you can look at my voting record. So after that, I started early voting just because you're not sure what's going to happen, especially if you're in the public safety business, what's going to happen that day. So I encourage folks to early vote, get it done while you remember it. And because that day, something happens.
You never know.
I mean, you don't know. And it's important to participate in the process. No matter who your candidate is, you need to participate in the process.
Yep. That's right. Yeah, I agree. All right, so we do have early votes in, and so we will start going through those right now. So for county mayor, we have Chad Fletcher with 969 votes, Allie Puckett with 511 votes, James Sloan with 190 votes. So for county mayor, that comes out to 56.9% for Chad Fletcher, 30.04% for Allie Puckett, and 11.1% for James Sloan. All right, and then we go down to County Commission District 1. Jared Featherstone, 299 votes. Eric Maddox with 186 votes. And Mark McBryant with 203 votes. So that comes out to 44.7% for Jared Featherstone, 24.81% for Eric Maddox, and 30.34% for Mark McBryant. So there's two of our contested primaries there.
And I'll just remind folks that there's 2 commissioners from every district. Not everybody knows that, so you can vote for 2 people in the primary.
All right, I'll skip down to the other contested primary, and then we'll go through some of the other votes in a minute. But for assessor of property, we have Emily Reed Hodges with 1,079 votes, and Drew Reed with 706 votes. So that comes out to 60.35% for Emily Hodges and 39.49% for Drew Reed. And as we're looking down the ballot here, we'll go through a few more. So only one candidate for District 3, and that was right in there. So we don't know who it is, but it had 9 votes there.
So basically, all the commissioners running in that district are running as independents.
That's right. That's right.
And most commissioners do run as independents, folks, not in the primary.
Yep. So that's everything on the contested primary. So I'll go through it one more time on those 3. Right. So county mayor, we have Chad Fletcher with 969 votes, Allie Puckett with 511, and James Sloan with 190. For county commissioner District 1, we have Jared Featherstones with 299 votes, Eric Maddox with 186 votes, and Mark McBryant with 203 votes. Let me get down to property assessor again. All right, assessor of property. Emily Reed Hodges has 1,079 votes, and Drew Reed has 706 votes. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, that's our early vote numbers for our contested primaries tonight.
And early voting only.
Yes, and early voting and absentee. Early voting, absentee.
Absentee voting,
right.
Military voting.
Yeah. Yep.
Did you ever do that when you were in the military?
You know, I did not. It's the only election that I can remember in my lifetime that I didn't vote.
That you missed?
Yes.
Because you're a political guy.
I am.
You believe in voting.
I got it and never sent it in, but I will tell you, that was a big one. That was Bob Corker and
for senator?
Yep, and John Ford.
Okay.
Jr.
Oh, no kidding.
Harold Ford Jr.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I remember I was at the PX, you know, the grocery store on base in Iraq.
The department store on base. Let's translate it for our civilian friends out there.
And
that's a commissary, or
that's a grocery store.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And Time magazine had those 2 on the cover, and I remember thinking,
really?
"Wow, my Senate race back home is on Time magazine."
And of course,
cover.
Corker won that.
He did, yeah, and went on to be there for quite a while.
Wow.
So I think now's probably a good time to take a break and hear from our sponsors.
You know, your eyes are a precious thing. You've got to take care of them. Looking for clear vision and hometown care you can trust? See the difference at Dr. Dale Hasty Family Eye Care, 605 North Main Street in Shelbyville, across from the U.S. Post Office. From comprehensive eye exams to helping you find that perfect pair of glasses, Dr. Hasty and his friendly team are focused on your family's vision and comfort every step of the way. Noticing changes in your eyesight? Time for that yearly checkup? Let's take care of it. 931-684-2020. Dr. Dale Hasty Family Eye Care, because your eyes are a precious thing. Looking for a reliable ride at an unbeatable price? Head on over to Ernie Cook & Son in Shelbyville, where the deals keep on rolling. Since 1975, Ernie Cook & Son Motors has been trusted for a simple and stress-free car buying experience with their signature selection of quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing is available. Take your test drive at 809 North Main in Shelbyville, next to Heritage South, Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5:30 and 8:30 to 1 on Saturday. Call today, 931-684-4808. That's Ernie Cook & Son Motors, where your next deal is waiting for you.
At Heritage South Community Credit Union, we're all about helping you make the smart plays. If your credit score needs a little coaching, don't sweat it. Our team is ready to help you bounce back step by step, because when others step back, we help when others won't. That's people helping people, the way it should be. Visit our team at a location near you or check us out online at heritagesouth.org, and let's get your financial game to the next round. Together. Insured by NCUA.
Get your ability building and construction materials out to the job site on time with Matthew Allen Trucking LLC. Whether you're moving gravel, sand, fill dirt, topsoil, or even heavy equipment, you can leave the trucking to the local pros. Call 931-580-5989 or email matrucking@att.net today. Matthew Allen Trucking LLC is proud to call Wartrace area home, so don't risk it. Get your materials to the job site on time with Matthew Allen.
You're probably looking for ways to produce results for your local business. Great place to start would be with a community staple. It's where your local target audience already is. Hopkins Farms Broadcasting. It's the obvious choice to lead your advertising campaign. We connect you directly with the people right here at home through trusted voices, hand-picked music, local sports, and content that always matters. Just ask the businesses who've partnered with us for years. If you're ready to grow, let's get you started on the radio today. Call 931-680-1215 or email WLIJWZNG@gmail.com. Hopkins Farms Broadcasting. Local stations, community-oriented, affordable ads, and most importantly, real results.
Welcome back, Bedford County, to the primary election return coverage here on 98.7 FM and AM 1580 WLIJ. As always, tonight's coverage is on WLIJradio.com and the free WLIJ 98.7 mobile app. You can also join us via live stream on WLIJ's Facebook and YouTube channels. If you enjoyed the live coverage tonight, we encourage you to like, share, and follow WLIJ on Facebook. All right, gentlemen. So we just went through the absentee and early vote. The numbers look pretty good, with pretty good turnout for a local primary.
I would say that's true because quite frankly, I didn't expect that many.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good turnout. Thanks for the folks that participated in our democracy and got out there. And thanks for everybody that's running for office. Like I said before, it's hard to get people to run for office nowadays because a lot of the chaos and things that go on. So we appreciate you, every one of the candidates out there running for office and trying to make a difference.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Scott. So, Dr. Kesselring, I know we were talking earlier. You've got some great stats about Shelbyville and Bedford County. And while we're kind of waiting on some of the other precincts to come in, why don't you help the listeners with some of that?
Sure. So, one of my recent roles here in the community has been engaging with the Bedford County Chamber of Commerce, and so been doing a lot of studying on data across the county. So has some interesting statistics that I think highlight where we are as a community. So a couple things. The average household income in Bedford and through our municipalities. Bedford County is $69,000, which has actually risen over the last couple of years, which hopefully we would expect that to happen. Shelbyville's at $59,000. Then you go to some of the outlying areas. In Bell Buckle is actually $86,000, and Wartrace $78,000. Because
of Dr. Kesselring.
and in Normandy, $81,000. In Normandy, average household income. Population growth, Bedford County as a whole was up 1.25%. The city of Shelbyville was 1.53%. And then in Bell Buckle actually rose 2.21%. Wartrace rose 1.95%, and Normandy 2.51%.
Okay.
So we're seeing clusters of additional growth in some of those outlying areas in the county.
Kasey,
got a call coming?
You hold that thought. We've got a call coming in. Tanya, how are you doing? This is Warren Wells and Scott Johnson and Kasey Kesselring.
I am doing great. It's been a good day on the campaign trail.
Good.
Well, congratulations on the numbers that you had coming in tonight.
Thank you. I'm excited. I'm ready to move forward. And, Warren, it's been such a blessing for 16 years proudly serving the people. And they are the people that I feel so blessed. And I say all the time that the office belongs to the people. And I'm still deeply committed today to work and to the people as I was 16 years ago. So.
Well,
and I do really want to thank everyone for their support and the vote. And I do want to remind them that we will have the general election coming up, that I will be in the general election. But I want to just say, too, that the reason I am running, as we all know, there's been such a growth in Bedford County, and I just feel like that the trustee's office is probably one of the most complicated offices accounting due to the accounting demands and the federal from the state. And I feel like my experience that matters, and that I'm ready to lead Bedford County forward in the next 4 years. So I am certainly asking for that trust in me and their vote and their voice.
And for the listeners, I jumped right in there and acted like everybody knew who I was talking to. So we have our current county trustee, Tanya Davis, and so 16 years. So what has changed in since you first ran for office, for that office?
Oh my goodness. Everything about the trustee's office, just due to, like I said, the tremendous growth, because our office is for the accounting demands of the state and federal government, and our office handles not just transactions from one, but actually transactions from all the departments, which we're talking over millions of dollars, and certainly have seen those numbers grow in the growth of the county. But basically, all the revenue and the expenditures are accounted for and handled through our office. So we can speak on Ford's investment. We can speak on property taxes. I know since the pandemic, there's been so much of the grants. So the trustee's office is tracking interest on all the grants. And of course, then we talk about sales tax or in investments with our interest-bearing rates, how we deal with the assessor's office, finance, and most dear to my heart, Warren, is the tax relief program. So you can see, and I know I kind of threw those out there pretty fast, but we, when I say just speak of some of our duties, property taxes is the main, basically, revenue from the taxes from our personal sales tax and our real property. But there's a lot of banking. Every cent that comes in that county, through our county, through my office, has a specific destination to go to. So everything I probably said comes back into the full grip of it all. That it is the trustee's office is the county bank. It's the banker.
Well, thank you for that. That was a great little education in County Trustee 101 right there. Absolutely. And Tanya, I know you lead a lot with the association, and we've had a lot of your peers from around the state here in Middle Tennessee because of your leadership, and so just want to thank you for that.
Well, you are more than welcome, Warren. I do believe I love my community. I love my people. I have served on state board. I've served on multiple committees and was served many years as well, one as president over all 95 counties, two with Middle Tennessee, and was blessed from my peers to be selected as Outstanding Trustee of the Year. So that was an honor, but that was just what we do. We work together, and that's how I feel about my own community. I absolutely love connecting with the people. I just treasure the conversations we have, and, the laughs we have, and even the tears. I'm truly a public server, and I truly love the people I serve.
All right.
And I think something that Tanya didn't mention. Tanya, this is Scott Johnson. How you doing tonight?
Hey, Scott, I'm doing great.
One of the things she did not mention that she should take credit for, along with all of our other departments like the finance department and all the other ones, is the clean audits that we get from the state of Tennessee.
100%.
Very, very fiscally responsible county government. And, of course, Tanya's a big part of that, along with the finance department and quite frankly, all the departments. So we thank you for your efforts in that area, Tanya.
Well, thank you, Scott. As you know, and we have been so blessed to have such an amazing leadership and team, and it's all about working together for the better of our community and moving forward for the next 4 years. But those clean audits with zero findings are very hard earned, and it takes effort from everyone pulling together. And I really appreciate you mentioning that, Scott.
And
it's great leadership.
I'll dive in there a little bit to understand the magnitude of that. The annual expenditures for Bedford County are in excess of $36 million a year. And
it's more than that if you include the school system and everywhere
absolutely.
else.
Everywhere else. But they're managing general government debt of $114 million, which includes the schools.
Right.
But the good part is that we have 55% of the annual expenditures can be paid with available cash. The state target is to be above 16%, which we well exceed that, which speaks that we're doing a good job of managing.
There's 95 counties in Tennessee, Dr. Kesselring, and I think only 20 or so got clean audits.
Yeah. Really?
Bedford County's right in there, brother.
Right.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Hey, Warren, I can say, and Scott can jump right in on this, that Bedford County has been spotlighted in many different areas of what you just said, and that was something we pulled together and did the conversation for Bedford County to spotlight it. And Warren, y'all were so great for the support and making that event happen, and it is still being talked about today of our surrounding counties and how do we do what we do. They really come for guidance and that leadership and how Bedford County does it its best. So that is how good leadership, hard work, that's where it comes in hand.
All right. Well, thank you so much for calling in, and congratulations on your primary tonight. So, again, we have Tanya Davis, current county trustee and Republican candidate for county trustee in the next election. Thank you so much.
Well, I look forward to that, and in the meantime, you will see me out. I'm on the campaign trail and enjoying the people.
Yes, you will. Tanya's everywhere.
I love the people.
Well, thank you so much for calling in, and we'll talk to you soon.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
All right. Well, Dr. Kesselring, do you have a couple more that you were going to go through?
A couple additional
He's
stats.
got a whole page full of stuff here, Warren.
We're going to flood.
Is he working on a second PhD?
Yeah,
we're going
to
flood the voters with some information.
So, our average home values in Bedford County, $298,000. In Shelbyville, it's $258,000. Goes up to as high as $404,000 in Bell Buckle, and $342,000 in Ward Trace, and $357,000 in Normandy. One of the things when you start correlating these statistics is in Bedford County, 38% of our population are working out of the county. Only 29%, in Shelbyville, 40% in Bell Buckle, 45% in Ward Trace, Normandy, 48%. And what that says when you start correlating those key indicators is one of the major issues for this next county government is going to be focusing on jobs, job creation, wages, and value here in Bedford County. It's going to be a big effort for us to try to get those statistics a little bit more balanced across the county as a whole.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you for that. So if you're just tuning in, just want to let everybody know we have absentee votes and early votes in, and I'll go through some of those contested primaries again if you're just tuning in. So for county mayor, we have Chad Fletcher with 969 votes, Allie Puckett with 511 votes, and James Sloan with 190 votes. For county commissioner District 1, we have Jared Featherstone with 299 votes, Eric Maddox with 186 votes, and Mark A. McBryant with 203 votes. And then let me get down to assessor of property. So we have Emily Reed Hodges with 1,079 votes, and Drew Reed with 706 votes. So we have absentee and early vote in. The polls closed about 33 minutes ago or so, so we're expecting some of those other precincts to come in very soon. So while we're waiting, we'll go and hear a word from our sponsors.
Elevate your space with quality and style that's better by design. C&J Wood Design is the #1 cabinet supplier in our area, offering custom and pre-manufactured wood cabinets. Want to pick out something today? It's easier than ever with their online shop.
Just go to cnjwooddesign.com and click the shop tab.
If you need help during the process, 931-294-3075. Feel free to stop by their locations in Shelbyville and Tullahoma too. C&J Wood Design. Better by design.
You know, your eyes are a precious thing. You've got to take care of them. Looking for clear vision and hometown care you can trust? See the difference at Dr. Dale Hasty Family Eye Care, 605 North Main Street in Shelbyville, across from the U.S. Post Office. From comprehensive eye exams to helping you find that perfect pair of glasses, Dr. Hasty and his friendly team are focused on your family's vision and comfort every step of the way. Noticing changes in your eyesight? Time for that yearly checkup? Let's take care of it. 931-684-2020. Dr. Dale Hasty Family Eye Care, because your eyes are a precious thing. Looking for a reliable ride at an unbeatable price? Head on over to Ernie Cook & Son in Shelbyville, where the deals keep on rolling. Since 1975, Ernie Cook & Son Motors has been trusted for a simple and stress-free car buying experience with their signature selection of quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing is available. Take your test drive at 809 North Main in Shelbyville, next to Heritage South, Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5:30 and 8:30 to 1 on Saturday. Call today, 931-684-4808. That's Ernie Cook & Son Motors, where your next deal is waiting for you.
At Heritage South Community Credit Union, we're all about helping you make the smart plays. If your credit score needs a little coaching, don't sweat it. Our team is ready to help you bounce back step by step, because when others step back, we help when others won't. That's people helping people, the way it should be. Visit our team at a location near you or check us out online at heritagesouth.org, and let's get your financial game to the next round. Together. Insured by NCUA.
Welcome back to Bedford County primary election return coverage here on 98.7 FM and AM 1580 WLIJ. As always, tonight's coverage is on WLIJradio.com and the free WLIJ 98.7 mobile app. So Kasey and Scott, I think I just told you I broke my glasses last week, and I'm wearing glasses from like 7 or 8 years ago, and I think I was reading the number wrong. So I'm going to go back to County Commissioner District 1. This is absentee and early vote. So Jared Featherstone has 299 votes. Eric Maddox has 166 votes. And Mark A. McBride has 203 votes. So I was seeing one of those 6s as an 8 earlier, so I apologize for
that fax copy.
Yeah.
Let's be, yeah.
Lowered a little bit.
Yes.
The glasses, right?
So we got that corrected. So again, we have absentee and early vote numbers in with County Mayor Chad in the County Mayor race. Chad Fletcher has 969 votes. Allie Puckett has 511 votes, and James Sloan has 190 votes. And then we have Assessor of Property also. Emily Reed Hodges has 1,079 votes. Drew Reed has 706 votes. So we are still waiting on the first precinct to come in, but it should come in pretty soon. Kasey, so we were talking a little bit off air about maybe talking a little bit about the chamber and some of the great things it's doing.
Yeah, so the Chamber of Commerce is going to be emerging as our primary economic business engine for the county. We had some great successes with the Shelbyville-Bedford partnership, but there's been some strategic decisions made now to move that toward a strong chamber model. Part of that has been and will be a rebrand to the Bedford County Chamber of Commerce, which will be inclusive of our municipalities, the city of Shelbyville, Wartrace, Bell Buckle, and Normandy, so that we're representative of the entire county, an inclusive approach to getting our business community involved and engaged and shaping the business community in the future of Bedford County. we'll be functioning under 4 strong committee structures. First and foremost being our Chamber Connections Committee, which will be continue to be driven by Dana Rodriguez, who's the director of our chamber operations, and that's everything that we do as a chamber to build, sustain, and grow business in Bedford County. Then our Workforce Development Committee will be strong at work, working with our secondary schools and our colleges, universities, technical schools, on building the workforce that we need to provide a workforce for businesses, not only here in Bedford County, but in the region as a whole. And then our Economic Development Public Policy Committee obviously is a big driver for us in terms of what lies ahead for Bedford County. We're really looking forward to watching the businesses grow and providing more job opportunities in that 231 North Corridor. A lot of effort and time has been put in on infrastructure issues there. We lack some important things there with regard to water and sewer, and we're working to address those, and we've received excellent support from Shane Reeves and Pat Marsh, our local officials both in the county and the city, and making that happen. I think it's going to be a big game changer for us moving forward. Yeah. And then last but not least is tourism. As you know, the celebration, Cooper Steel Arena is probably one of our major economic drivers here in Bedford County. We need to continue to capitalize on that. Nobody, of course, wants to raise property taxes, so our next available opportunity really is through tourism. Yeah. And those tourism tax dollars are significant sources of revenue, especially if we plan and execute correctly. So that's going to be a big project for us moving forward.
Scott and I talk a lot on that radio show that I attend every once a month, and that tourism dollars really are what I call the free dollars. Mm-hmm. The money comes in, they spend it, and they leave. As long as you've got the roads.
We don't have to build brick and mortar to educate their kids.
That's right.
That's the expensive part.
Yep. That's right. It's the cheap money to come in, and I think our local government has been good and supportive of a tourism industry, and hope that grows. And as you were talking about the 231 corridor, we're seeing a lot of growth out there. We got the Music City Cartplex, which if you drive by there on the weekends, that place is packed, and it's not a whole lot of locals. There's a lot of new money coming in.
15,000 visitors they had this past year. So, wow, which is great for Bedford County. Yeah, and we need to continue to try to drive more of those kind of opportunities. But every event that Celebration has, some of our municipalities, War Trace, Bell Buckle, Normandy all do some wonderful events throughout the year that drive tourism in from other counties in here. They spend their money, and if we can get them to stay overnight, it exponentially changes that spend even more.
Yeah, I know we're doing everything we can to bring in new shows there for sure, and have seen quite a bit of growth. And Shelbyville is I hear all the time, we did not realize how great of a town Shelbyville was until they come and bring their event. And most events that come stay with us.
That's great.
That's always
all the improvements we made out there because of Cooper Steel.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Cooper Steel Arena out there. Just give him a shout out. That's right. That's really helped us attract. I guess it's helped us attract new events, right?
It has, yes, for sure.
That and the dirt.
The dirt, yeah, the dirt was.
People don't understand the dirt part. I know Kasey understands the dirt part.
That footing is important. Is important.
Yeah, I went to several schools and classes on that footing before we changed it out.
You're kind of a dirt expert now, aren't you?
I was, but I feel like I've already forgotten it. It was 5 years ago, and it feels like forever ago. But that really changed the ability to diversify the events that we have. And then when Cooper Steel came in, just about the same time, to upgrade that facility. It was finished in '89, and I think opened in '90, and so it had some age on it, and it was perfect timing for us to diversify. Yeah. So we'll continue to wait for the next precinct to come in, and hopefully it should be pretty soon. I do want to make one correction. I'm gonna blame it on glasses, but actually it's probably not. It's probably just ability to read here. So on assessor of property, I pronounced Emily Reed Hodges, but it is Emily Red Hodges, and so I apologize for that. So assessor of property, Republican primary, we have Emily Red Hodges with 1,079 votes, and Drew Reed with 706 votes. And so I'll go back to county mayor. So if you're just tuning in, all we have out right now is absentee vote and early vote. So for county mayor, we have Chad Fletcher with 969 votes, Allie Puckett with 511 votes, and James Sloan with 190 votes. For Republican County Commissioner District 1, we have Jared Featherstone with 299 votes, Eric Maddox with 166 votes, and Mark A. McBryant with 203 votes. So, gentlemen, we were talking earlier about it. It feels like a pretty good turnout for a local election primary. And, we were talking about the chamber and the growth there. Bedford County has seen some growth in the last few years. We all know Middle Tennessee, Nashville has grown and then pushed more people to the outer areas, and we've definitely seen that. Scott, so from your point of view as county commissioner, have we seen growth in your time here?
Absolutely, and I think it's evident in the price of real estate. It's evident when folks got their property assessment recently. I assume you gentlemen got yours?
Yes, we did.
Yeah. Remember now, the tax rate has not been set.
Right.
It will be lowered, I can guarantee you.
Yeah.
And when it's lowered like that, it usually ends up being a few dollars difference. I mean, I know some people are concerned about being a lot, but, you get some people paying a little bit less and some people paying a little bit more normally, but there's always going to be an exception in there somewhere. But we'll be lowering. I can assure you, we'll be lowering that tax rate here in the very near future, because we're just starting the budget process. We had budget hearings the other day, and trying to put together a plan for making it through the next 60 days, because we need to have a budget done by the end of June.
Okay. So I don't want to put you on the spot too much, but so what is?
Go ahead, Warren.
What does
don't forget I'm on your board of directors. Okay,
right.
I'm just throwing it out there. Okay,
you can fire me later, I guess.
Go ahead, Warren.
So what does the budget process look like to the county?
What happens is we start in the April time frame, and then we have budget hearings in May. Every department will come in and give us what their budget needs are. They're normally more than we maybe can afford, but it's important that they tell us exactly what they need, whether it's EMS or fire or whomever it is. It's important they tell us exactly what they need. And then we also do some money to nonprofits. We've cut that back over the years, so the nonprofits came in the other day and gave us their budget request as well. So we'll do that, and then probably in the fairly near future we'll have another meeting, second set of hearings to go through and see what we can afford and what we cannot afford, because that happens in any government. We won't be able to afford probably everything. That's pretty rare, especially when we're going to adjust the tax rate down. Basically, you're supposed to go revenue neutral when you have a reassessment of property. I mean, you can raise it or lower it, but I would anticipate my fellow commissioners will be lowering it, coming down. So anyway, like I said, the Comptroller of Tennessee always wants you to have your budget done by the end of June. And since it's been quite a few years now, Bedford County's always had theirs done. There was a time when I first started working for the county where we get it done like in August, something like that. But we've been really good about it, having it done on time in the June time frame. So that's going to be in the next roughly, 7 weeks or so.
So done in June, and when is our fiscal year?
It's 1 July through 30 June. Okay. So we'll start a new budget year on 1 July.
Okay.
That'll be here before we know it, and then that'll be the last for this term of the commission. Commission terms are 4 years, and this commission will be done 31 August, and a new commission will be seated the first meeting in September, and then that commission will deal with budgets in the future. So there's quite a few people not running this time again.
Yeah.
So we'll have a changeover on the commission, different committee assignments, and the mayor's not running again, so we'll have a different mayor. And it should be interesting times, but there'll be plenty of challenges for whoever wins these elections to take over the next year. One of the things about growth is school system. We just built Cartwright Elementary; it's almost full.
Wow.
There's a lot of subdivision. I mean, it's almost full. So at some point, we'll have to build another school, and anyway, that's probably that's the biggest part of the budget anyway, is the school system. So, and that's true in any community like ours.
Yeah.
We're not any different. So, but there'll be a lot of challenges for the next commission that gets seated.
Yeah, very, very different county government coming in.
There's going to be quite a bit of turnover.
Yeah, quite a bit of turnover, and then the executive side changing out too.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. Well, gentlemen, we have our first precinct coming in. So we have Thomas Magnet School. So I will go through these real quickly. So for county mayor, so again, this is these numbers are going to look a little lower than the early vote because this is just for this one precinct. So the total vote for Republican county mayor primary, we have Chad Fletcher with 81 votes, Allie Puckett with 63 votes. James Sloan with 16 votes. Republican County Commissioner District 8, we have 117 votes for John Boutwell. We have 113 votes for Jason Boyette. For Assessor of Property, we have Emily Red Hodges with 84 votes, Drew Reed with 90 votes. And then we just heard from Tanya Davis a little while ago, so she was the only one in the Republican County Trustee, and she has 165 votes. In the Republican primary for Sheriff, we have Nakia Elliott with 138 votes. And then I'll just keep going through all, even though they're uncontested. Circuit Court Clerk, Michelle Murray, has 160 votes. County Clerk, let me keep going here. So these are Democrat primaries, so we have no one in those. Mm-hmm. So that's it of the ones that we have Register of Deeds. Johnny Reed has 55 votes. So this is Thomas Magnet School. And as we wait for the next precinct to come in, we'll hear another word from our sponsors.
Get your building and construction materials out to the job site on time with Matthew Allen Trucking LLC. Whether you're moving gravel, sand, fill dirt, topsoil, or even heavy equipment, you can leave the trucking to the local pros. Call 931-580-5989 or email matrucking@att.net today. Matthew Allen Trucking LLC is proud to call Ward Trace area home, so don't risk it. Get your materials to the job site on time with Matthew Allen.
Elevate your space with quality and style that's better by design. C&J Wood Design is the #1 cabinet supplier in our area, offering custom and pre-manufactured wood cabinets. Want to pick out something today? It's easier than ever with their online shop.
Just go to cnjwooddesign.com and click the shop tab.
If you need help during the process, 931-294-3075. Feel free to stop by their locations in Shelbyville and Tullahoma too. C&J Wood Design. Better by design.
You know, your eyes are a precious thing. You've got to take care of them. Looking for clear vision and hometown care you can trust? See the difference at Dr. Dale Hasty Family Eye Care, 605 North Main Street in Shelbyville, across from the U.S. Post Office. From comprehensive eye exams to helping you find that perfect pair of glasses, Dr. Hasty and his friendly team are focused on your family's vision and comfort every step of the way. Noticing changes in your eyesight? Time for that yearly checkup? Let's take care of it. 931-684-2020. Dr. Dale Hasty Family Eye Care, because your eyes are a precious thing. Make no mistake, your customers are listening. Are you reaching them? What's your plan? The obvious choice would be a voice that's been around long enough to see Southern Middle Tennessee grow, one that is tethered and well established in our local community. That's Hopkins Farms Broadcasting. From radio to social media and more, we help your business stay top of mind with the people who live, work, and shop right here. The team and I look forward to advancing your marketing goals just like we have with our many long-standing advertising partners. Take the next step with a radio team that's connected to Southern Middle Tennessee. Get started today with HFB. Call 931-680-1215 or send an email to WLIJWZNG@gmail.com. We're local, we're family owned, and we're ready to serve you. Hopkins Farms Broadcasting. Local stations, affordable ads, real results.
Welcome back to Bedford County primary election return coverage here on 98.7 FM and AM 1580 WLIJ. As always, tonight's coverage is on WLIJradio.com and the free WLIJ 98.7 mobile app. So if you're enjoying tonight's coverage, we encourage you to like, share, and follow us on WLIJ on Facebook. So Kasey, we've got one precinct in, and early vote and absentee. So we're waiting for some other ones. So still some decent turnout.
Yeah,
so far.
Absolutely. I think the larger turnout than I think the usual for a primary in an off presidential year too.
Yeah. And so we've heard from a candidate so far tonight. And so as we go through and some more precincts come in, and as those primary winners are finalized, we hope that you call in and talk to the voters tonight. So Kasey, we've been kind of going through some Bedford County stats. Mm-hmm. What else do we have?
So going back to tourism. Warren, I think we talked about trying to maintain property taxes, but sources of revenue then are limited to things like tourism, where a lot of people kind of use that as call it a user tax, so to speak. Very little strain on infrastructure in terms of not having to provide schools and seats and so forth, but at the same time we're able to bring people into the county where they spend their money, buy gas here, pay gas taxes, other things of that sort. Sales tax for sure,
which is maxed out.
Yeah, which is maxed out, but adds to the revenue. We got a call coming in.
We do have a call coming in. I think it's Mr. Batwell. This is Warren Wells.
Yeah, Warren, how are you tonight?
Doing well. How are you?
Doing well. I really appreciate the complimentary vote that received tonight. I wish more people had gotten out and voted today across the county. I think what we do in the county government is important, and I'd like to see all the citizens involved.
Yes, I understand that. And so how long have you been on the commission?
4 years now. I came from the school board. I was on the school board for 10 years. Now 4 years on the commission.
All right. Well, we were just talking to Commissioner Johnson about the budget process and how that's going. So what are some of the big issues that you're concerned about most?
Well, I think the biggest thing, and if it's no big secret with me, if you read the local newspapers, that the school system is my biggest concern. I was on the school board for 10 years, and I kept a little spreadsheet. Each year we got our budget. And then over several years, I began to notice that the state portion increased, but the local contribution stayed the same. And so I really got interested in school finance. And, and while I know we have a good school system, we have good teachers, we have people that are very sincere, that do their very best, we in Bedford County don't fund our schools as well as other systems around the state.
Okay.
John, I'd ask you about that too. As we look at the next 4 years, what do you think the biggest challenge for the commission is going to be with regard to revenue sources to make sure that our schools are maintained at the highest level that we can, but also public safety?
Well, I will put it this way. Some counties have more than one school district. And there are 142 school districts in our state. And there are only 4 school districts that fund lower than we do. So all I got to ask is, how do the other school districts around the state do better than we do? And we did fund a little bit better than we have been doing, but we're still at 4th from the bottom. And so I think it's more a matter of priorities. People talk about do we need more revenue? I don't know. I don't answer that question. All I got to say is there are counties that probably tax more than we do. There are counties that probably tax less than we do, or counties that tax similar than we do. But how do all the other counties do so much better than we do? And there's a gap. I mean, we're 3.9% more than the state requires what we actually funded. but there are 11 systems that fund 25% or less. And the majority of them, you take 142 minus 11, whatever that number is, and they fund 25% more than the state requires. So we're at the bottom. And I think if you were heard recently that the news came out that Tennessee was 51st, and I'm assuming they're picking up one of our territories, or maybe the District of Columbia. We're 51st in funding of schools, and if we're at the bottom of the Tennessee, and Tennessee's at the bottom of the country, where does that put us? And how do we expect to recruit any industry in here that has the kind of salaries and income potential that we will really like to have in our community if we don't have schools that are competitive? And people are, I came from HR. I spent a good number in HRs. I recruited people from all over the country. And one of the biggest I worked in Lewisburg, and one of the biggest selling points I had was I was able to recruit engineers and talent. And I said, you can live in Franklin and commute down I-65, and they have excellent school system there. But we don't have that in Shelbyville. And so, somewhere we're going to have to realize that unless we take education seriously, we are not going to have the kind of industry that we are looking for. We can talk all day, we can talk all along, but we're never going to have what we are looking for until we take our school system seriously.
Well, John, you make a great point about all that, and I think the research is very clear that the correlation between funding and quality of schools is very clear. That there is a direct correlation with that, and from an economic development standpoint, we can't expect to be able to attract industry here without a good quality school system, and our folks do extremely well with the resources that we allow them, but that's something that's going to have to be a focus in the next 4 years.
Yeah, and I don't want to detract from our school personnel. They're very quality people.
For sure.
They're doing a great work with what they have. And when we talk about funding, I heard the comment recently said, if we give $2,500 more per student, what's that going to do for us? Well, it's not like we put $2,500 in a student's pocket. What we're really talking about is that we have the teachers, we pay our teachers enough, and that we have enough teachers to do the job.
Right.
We have a challenging demographic here in our community. We have a lot of people that unfortunately, they come from impoverished backgrounds, and you'll also have a lot of people that English is a second language. And they're wonderful folks, but could you imagine trying to learn if you did not speak to the language?
John, I hate to interrupt, but Warren's got some fresh off the docket stats here we're going to get to.
Okay.
Commissioner,
well, thank you so much, and I appreciate everybody.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thanks for calling in. Congratulations.
Thanks, John.
Thank you.
All right, so we have two precincts that just came in. We have Eastside School and Unionville. Kasey, do you mind going through Eastside School?
Sure. Eastside School. So it looks like in the mayoral race in that precinct, Chad Fletcher had 142 votes with 50.53%. Allie Puckett with 83 votes, 29.54%. And James Sloan, 42 votes with 14.95%. And then for the assessor of properties, Emily Red Hodges with 53.65% with 147 votes, and Drew Reed with 46.35% with 127 votes. And then our other one, sorry.
I think you had Unionville in there, didn't you?
Yes.
Yep, I've got.
You got the other one?
I can go through Unionville. So the Unionville box is in as well. So for Republican County Mayor primary, we have Chad Fletcher with 142 votes, Allie Puckett with 83 votes, and James Sloan with 42 votes.
That's the numbers we just read.
Yeah, I've read the union bill.
Oh, you did. I'm sorry. Okay, all right. That's Unionville. So I'll do East Side School then.
Thank you.
So Republican County Mayor primary for East Side School Box, we have Chad Fletcher with 56 votes, Allie Puckett with 39 votes, and James Sloan with 15. And then we'll go down to Assessor of Property for the Republican primary. We have Emily Red Hodges with 73 votes and Drew Reed with 44 votes. I think that is the only contested in the Unionville box, or East Side School box.
And just to educate our listening audience out there, most of the commissioners don't run in a primary. They run as independents. So that's why you're not seeing a lot of stats coming back for some of these precincts for a commissioner, because they'll be running in the August election. One of the challenges, too, that John didn't talk about for the next commission is we have a lawsuit pending with the city of Shelbyville, which is roughly a couple $1 million a year funding for the school system. So if we lose that lawsuit, we got to make up the difference under sustainment of effort. So that's another challenge the next commission will have, depending on how that goes.
So, Scott, what happens with that? Educate us a little bit. I mean, the county carries the debt on the school system.
Well, we just built Cartwright Elementary.
Right. Mm-hmm. So
that's on roughly a 20-year note.
Right.
In that area. Yeah. We still got to pay for it.
Yeah.
And under state law, and Warren, I'm sure, is familiar with this, there's certain organizations that have, lack of a better term, sustainment of effort. So if you give $90 million, keep going. Sorry. If you give $90 million to the school system this year, I'm simplifying it, but you basically got to give them $90 million next year.
Right.
You don't have to increase it, but you can't lower it.
Okay.
So if that revenue gets taken away on the optional sales tax, I would think we'd have to make up the difference legally, to do that. So we'll just see how that goes. That hasn't been decided yet.
Right.
But that'll be a challenge for the next commission.
Mm-hmm. So we're right at the 8 o'clock hour, so why don't we take another break?
WLIJ salutes all those who have served and continue to serve in our nation's military. Thank you. 98.7 and AM 1580 WLIJ Shelbyville.
Looking for a reliable ride at an unbeatable price? Head on over to Ernie Cook & Son in Shelbyville, where the deals keep on rolling. Since 1975, Ernie Cook & Son Motors has been trusted for a simple and stress-free car buying experience with their signature selection of quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing is available. Take your test drive at 809 North Main in Shelbyville next to Heritage South. Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5:30 and 8:30 to 1 on Saturday. Call today, 931-684-4808. That's Ernie Cook & Son Motors, where your next deal is waiting for you.
At Heritage South Community Credit Union, we're all about helping you make the smart plays. If your credit score needs a little coaching, don't sweat it. Our team is ready to help you bounce back step by step. Because when others step back, we help when others won't. That's people helping people, the way it should be. Visit our team at a location near you or check us out online at heritagesouth.org. And let's get your financial game to the next round. Together. Insured by NCUA.
Get your building and construction materials out to the job site on time with Matthew Allen Trucking LLC. Whether you're moving gravel, sand, fill dirt, topsoil, or even heavy equipment, you can leave the trucking to the local pros. Call 931-580-5989 or email matrucking@att.net today. Matthew Allen Trucking LLC is proud to call Wartrace area home, so don't risk it. Get your materials to the job site on time with Matthew Allen.
Elevate your space with quality and style that's better by design. C&J Wood Design is the #1 cabinet supplier in our area, offering custom and pre-manufactured wood cabinets. Want to pick out something today? It's easier than ever with their online shop.
Just go to cnjwooddesign.com and click the shop tab.
If you need help during the process, 931-294-3075. Feel free to stop by their locations in Shelbyville and Tullahoma too. C&J Wood Design. Better by design.
A Across Bedford, Rutherford, Coffee, Moore, and all of southern Middle Tennessee, local businesses are the heartbeat of our community. And at Hopkins Farms Broadcasting, we've built our reputation on supporting them all. In fact, we are committed as your local voice in supporting our local schools, sports teams, businesses, and veterans to help them thrive. All of that to say, when you advertise with us, you're not just buying airtime. You're becoming part of something bigger across radio waves and social media. So when you're ready to grow your business locally, we're here to help. Call 931-680-1215 or send a quick email, WLIJWZNG@gmail.com. Family owned and operated, local here in southern Middle Tennessee, and ready to serve. That is Hopkins Farms Broadcasting. Local stations, affordable ads, real results.
All right, well, welcome back to Bedford County primary election return coverage here on 98.7 AM 1580 WLIJ. As always, tonight's coverage is on WLIJradio.com and the free WLIJ 98.7 mobile app. All right, so we're waiting on a few more precincts. Got a few coming in, so been exciting. So we just got a call from Commissioner Boyd,
yes.
but he went off the air though, right?
Well, he's on the live stream, but didn't make the air time.
Gotcha. All right.
But he just wanted to thank all the voters for turning out and being part of the democracy today.
Being part of the process.
Awesome.
Right.
You know what? The rule number one is you can't complain unless you vote.
Yeah.
If you vote, you can complain all you want to.
Right.
But if you don't vote, get it in there and make it happen. So we had Thomas Magnet School come in. We've had
Unionville, Eastside.
Good folks in Unionville. We've had Eastside. And that's it so far, right?
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. And then early and absentee come in.
Oh, we got one coming in.
All right. Y'all just hold on 1 second.
We're stacking a lot of paper in here, brother.
We are. Yeah, a lot of trees going down tonight.
Bedford.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
All right. For the Bedford precinct, we have Republican County Mayor primary. Chad Fletcher has 181 votes. Well, let me take this. So we'll take another call before we read the rest of those. Hello, this is Warren Wells on WLIJ. How are you?
Hey, Warren. This is Nakia Elliott. How are y'all doing?
Hey, good. Nakia. Good to hear from you.
Yeah, thanks for letting me call in. Just wanted to call in and just thank everybody that showed up to vote today and during early voting. I certainly appreciate the complimentary votes. Of course, my race and the sheriff's race anyway will really take place in August, but I just wanted to thank everybody and thank you guys too for hanging in there tonight and giving us the numbers.
Yeah, Nakia, well, thank you for calling in. So you will be the Republican candidate after tonight, right, in the general election?
That is correct. And
tell us just a little bit about yourself.
Well, I've been at the sheriff's office for the last 26 years. It feels like a lot longer than that because I kind of grew up there with my family working there.
I remember when he took the training wheels off his patrol car.
Oh, yeah. Well, Scott, a lot of those stories don't have to be told here. But no, I've been the last 6 years. I've been chief deputy for Sheriff Swing. I've worked for 3 sheriffs. I started under Sheriff Parker and then worked for Sheriff Boyce, and have done the last 12 years now, I guess, under Sheriff Swing.
All right. Well, Nakia, thank you so much for calling in, and congratulations on being the Republican candidate for sheriff, and good luck in the general election.
Thank you for your service, Nakia.
Yes, thank you.
Appreciate it, Nakia.
Yes, sir.
All right, so right before Nakia came in, we got the Bedford precinct in, so I'll go through that. And then we have another one, the Ag Center. So, Kasey, after I do Bedford, I'll let you do the Ag Center.
Okay.
All right. So for the Bedford precinct, for Republican County Mayor primary, we have Chad Fletcher with 181 votes, Allie Puckett with 176 votes, and James Sloan with 42 votes. For assessor of property in the Republican primary, we have Emily Red Hodges with 271 votes and Drew Reed with 151 votes. Let me go through here. See if we have any other ones in this box. Nope, that's it on this one.
Okay. For our Ag Center precinct, for Chad Fletcher, we had 216 votes for 52.81%, 124 for Allie Puckett with 30.32%, and 58 votes for James Sloan with 14.18%. Then for our assessor of property, Emily Red Hodges with 62.2%, Drew Reed with 37.8%.
All right, so we've got the precincts coming in, and I think Benny's back there working on totals with everything that we have, and so we'll be reading those very soon. So I think this is probably a good time to hear from our sponsors again.
You know, your eyes are a precious thing. You've got to take care of them. Looking for clear vision and hometown care you can trust? See the difference at Dr. Dale Hasty Family Eye Care, 605 North Main Street in Shelbyville, across from the U.S. Post Office. From comprehensive eye exams to helping you find that perfect pair of glasses, Dr. Hasty and his friendly team are focused on your family's vision and comfort every step of the way. Noticing changes in your eyesight? Time for that yearly checkup? Let's take care of it. 931-684-2020. Dr. Dale Hasty Family Eye Care, because your eyes are a precious thing. Looking for a reliable ride at an unbeatable price? Head on over to Ernie Cook & Son in Shelbyville, where the deals keep on rolling. Since 1975, Ernie Cook & Son Motors has been trusted for a simple and stress-free car buying experience with their signature selection of quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing is available. Take your test drive at 809 North Main in Shelbyville, next to Heritage South, Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5:30 and 8:30 to 1 on Saturday. Call today, 931-684-4808. That's Ernie Cook & Son Motors, where your next deal is waiting for you.
At Heritage South Community Credit Union, we're all about helping you make the smart plays. If your credit score needs a little coaching, don't sweat it. Our team is ready to help you bounce back step by step, because when others step back, we help when others won't. That's people helping people, the way it should be. Visit our team at a location near you or check us out online at heritagesouth.org, and let's get your financial game to the next round. Together. Insured by NCUA.
We are Hopkins Farms Broadcasting, the only locally owned and operated radio stations in Bedford County.
From partnerships with our local school system and sports teams to local businesses and veterans, we are committed to helping those in our area thrive.
See why Hopkins Farms Broadcasting is the obvious choice to lead your advertising campaign. We connect you directly to the people right here at home, where your local target audience already is. Ready to grow? Let's get you started today. Call 931-680-1215 or email WLIJWZNG@gmail.com. Hopkins Farms Broadcasting. Local stations, affordable ads, real results.
Welcome back to Bedford County primary election return coverage here on 98.7 FM and AM 1580 WLIJ. As always, tonight's coverage is on WLIJradio.com and the free WLIJ 98.7 mobile app. So we had two precincts come in, and we're going to go through them one more time again. So for the Bedford precinct, we have Republican County Mayor primary. We have Chad Fletcher with 181 votes, Allie Puckett with 176 votes, and James Sloan with 42. And then we have the assessor of property for the Bedford precinct. We have Emily Red Hodges with 271 votes and Drew Reed with 151 votes. So, Kasey, what's the next box that just came in?
So the next vote we had just come in is actually from District 1. This is the War Trace Baptist Church precinct. So it encompasses that side of District 1. For the mayor's race, Chad Fletcher had 293 votes, or 63.56% of the vote. Allie Puckett with 97 votes, or 21.04%, and 64 votes for James Sloan with 13.88%. In that contested commission vote, has been really contested in this election. We had Jared Featherstone had 193 votes for 43.22%. Eric Maddox with 98 votes, or 27.11%. And then Mark McBryant had 128 votes with 29.13% of the vote.
And Kasey, that's election day votes there. So totals, Jared has 322, right?
Correct.
And Eric Maddox with 202, and Mark McBryant with 217 totals.
Yes.
So of that county commissioner district, that's one of the two boxes, right?
That's right.
So I know that one has a lot of attention there. And then assessor of property?
Yes, assessor of property, Emily Red Hodges had 162 votes in that precinct, a total of 291 for 63.54%. Drew Reed had 80 votes in that precinct with 164 total and 35.81% of the vote.
Great. All right, so they're starting to come in a little faster,
Yeah.
and so we should really start getting close to some of the results there. And Scott, do we have Commissioner Boyette calling back in? Do you know? Were you able to get in touch with him?
I texted him and he said he would.
Okay, awesome.
Great.
All
Get
right.
him on the air. So call back in Commissioner Boyette when you get a chance.
Yeah. And so. So the general election, I should have this right in front of me. I don't, but the general election will be in August, right? It's
correct.
Yep, first week in August.
All right. And so that's where, at that point, we'll have state primary races, along with general election for our locals.
And the state just decided in November, along with the city elections in Shelbyville.
That's right. Okay. So the city
got another vote coming in here.
All right.
This is Normandy.
All right, so Normandy precinct coming in.
All right, my turf.
That's right. Scott, you want to read these out?
No, go ahead.
Yeah. All right. Well, we have a call coming in. Oh, this is Commissioner Boyette. We'll take him real quick, and then we'll let everybody hold for Normandy. Commissioner, how are you doing? This is Warren Wells and Scott Johnson and Kasey Kesselring.
I'm doing great. Good to talk to you guys again. Not sure what happened there, but that's okay.
We had a great conversation, just wasn't on the air.
Maybe I'll be better this go around than the last time. I'm more seasoned now.
There you go.
Yeah.
You got a dress rehearsal. You're ready.
Yeah, you made fun of Scott and everything, and everybody's gonna miss it.
Yeah, thank goodness. That's why we didn't air it, Jason.
Yeah, I just wanted to call in and say thank you to all the voters in District 8 who got out and voted this election cycle. I've enjoyed serving District 8 in Bedford County the last 4 years, and I look forward to moving on to the general election in August. And as I was telling y'all earlier, I don't think some people realize how important it is to get out and vote. In a county this size, especially, every vote matters, and we have some very important county races coming up in August. And hey, like we were saying earlier, one family, one person can make a big difference when you're talking about just a few hundred or a few thousand people voting. So please get back out there and vote in August. We've got some very important races coming up.
That's right.
Yeah, Jason's absolutely right, because we've had races decide on like 3 votes. Mm-hmm. I mean, in a district, not county-wide. So,
well, in this district, this District 1 could come down to a few votes. It's looking like it.
Yeah. Like I said before, if you don't vote, can't complain.
Yeah.
So get out there and vote and participate in our democratic process here in this republic.
Yep.
And Commissioner, we talked.
As I said earlier, you guys are y'all are doing a fabulous job. I've been sticking with you all night, and y'all are doing a great job.
Well, thank you. And we were talking earlier tonight. I'm sure you heard that, with county mayor changing out and several commissioners, it's going to be a very different county government for us.
It is. There's going to be a pretty good changeover. So hopefully we'll all work well together. I'm sure we will. So I'm looking forward to meeting the new people coming on, and want to say thank you to all the ones who are going off. So I appreciate them as well.
All right. Well, thank you.
I hope you guys keep it up tonight. Keep bringing in those returns. We appreciate y'all.
Well, thank you. Thank you for calling in.
Yep, no problem. Thank y'all. Y'all have a good night.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jason.
All right, so we have 2 more ends. We have Normandy and Bell Buckle. So I'll go through Normandy, and Kasey, if you don't mind going through Bell Buckle after that.
Sure.
All righty. So for the Normandy box, we have Republican County Mayor primary. We have Chad Fletcher with a total of 137 votes, Allie Puckett with a total of 52, and James Sloan with 34. So that comes out to 60% for Chad Fletcher, 23% for Allie Puckett, and 15% for James Sloan. And then we'll jump down to Assessor of Property. We have Emily Red Hodges with 164 votes and Drew Reed with 61 votes. And I think that is it for contested in that one.
Okay, moving on to Bell Buckle. So on that mayor race, Chad Fletcher had 83 votes in that precinct for a total of 177, or 53.31%. Then Allie Puckett had 50 votes and a total of 107 for 32.23. And James Sloan, 20 votes there with 46 total of 13.86%. And then this highly contested District 1 race, we've got Jared Featherstone had 106 votes in that precinct for a total of 191 and 35.44%. Eric Maddox had 67 votes in there for a total of 191, also 35.44%. And Mark McBryant had 74, a total of 153 for 28.39% of the vote. And then in the Assessor of Property, Emily Red Hodges had 85 with 199 for 59.94%. Drew Reed, 63 for 132 and 39.76% of the vote.
All right, thank you, Kasey. And so while Kasey was talking, we had another precinct come in. So we have Southside School. And so for Southside School, Republican County Mayor primary, we have Chad Fletcher with 128 votes, Allie Puckett with 89 votes, and James Sloan with 24 votes. Assessor of Property, we have Emily Red Hodges with 105 votes, and Drew Reed with 156 votes. So for County Mayor, that is Chad Fletcher with 52.2%, Allie Puckett with 36%. All right, so we've got some precincts finally coming in. We're getting close.
Yeah.
We're about an hour and a half past the polls closing, and I know they're about to bring us the totals. We will have all of the precincts in for that District 1 race here in just a second.
Yeah.
And so we're looking forward to hearing from the two candidates that have moved on out of that primary.
Absolutely.
All right. So I think we will take a break and we'll come back with those totals.
Get your building and construction materials out to the job site on time with Matthew Allen Trucking LLC. Whether you're moving gravel, sand, fill dirt, topsoil, or even heavy equipment, you can leave the trucking to the local pros. Call 931-580-5989 or email matrucking@att.net today. Matthew Allen Trucking LLC is proud to call Wartrace area home, so don't risk it. Get your materials to the job site on time with Matthew Allen.
Elevate your space with quality and style that's better by design. C&J Wood Design is the #1 cabinet supplier in our area, offering custom and pre-manufactured wood cabinets. Want to pick out something today? It's easier than ever with their online shop.
Just go to cnjwooddesign.com and click the shop tab.
If you need help during the process, 931-294-3075. Feel free to stop by their locations in Shelbyville and Tullahoma too. C&J Wood Design. Better by design.
You know, your eyes are a precious thing. You've got to take care of them. Looking for clear vision and hometown care you can trust? See the difference at Dr. Dale Hasty Family Eye Care. 605 North Main Street in Shelbyville, across from the U.S. Post Office. From comprehensive eye exams to helping you find that perfect pair of glasses, Dr. Hasty and his friendly team are focused on your family's vision and comfort every step of the way. Noticing changes in your eyesight? Time for that yearly checkup? Let's take care of it. 931-684-2020. Dr. Dale Hasty Family Eye Care, because your eyes are a precious thing. Looking for a reliable ride at an unbeatable price? Head on over to Ernie Cook & Son in Shelbyville, where the deals keep on rolling. Since 1975, Ernie Cook & Son Motors has been trusted for a simple and stress-free car buying experience with their signature selection of quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing is available. Take your test drive at 809 North Main in Shelbyville next to Heritage South. Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5:30 and 8:30 to 1 on Saturday. Call today, 931-684-4808. That's Ernie Cook & Son Motors, where your next deal is waiting for you.
All right, welcome back to Bedford County primary election return coverage here on 98.7 FM and AM 1580 WLIJ. So as always, tonight's coverage is on WLIJradio.com and the free WLIJ 98.7 mobile app. You can also join us via live stream on WLIJ's Facebook and YouTube channels. So if you're enjoying the coverage tonight, please like, share, and follow WLIJ on Facebook. As we're totaling up these numbers here for District 1 County Commissioner, we just want to say thank you again to our primary election sponsors for tonight. Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care, because your eyes are a precious thing. Ernie Cook & Sons since 1975. Heritage South Community Credit Union, we help when others won't. Matthew Allen Trucking, getting your materials to the job site on time. And C&J Wood Design, better by design. So, we just want to point out how those sponsors do help a small town radio station like this to be able to cover this election. And so we're very grateful for that. All right, so we have, I believe, Chad Fletcher's calling in. Chad, this is Warren Wells. How are you tonight?
Good evening, Warren. How are you doing?
Doing great. You're having a pretty good night tonight, I'd say, so far.
Well, I am just a very blessed person. Listen, I have thoroughly been humbled tonight and feel so just immensely blessed. Everyone who's come out and voted in the early voting and voted today, I am just so grateful and appreciative. That support means so much to me. And I am just looking forward to what our county can do and what our county will be moving forward, and just excited to be part of this process. I'll tell you, I'm an educator. This is my first foray into this world. But, the people that I've met and the friendships that I've made and the folks that I've been able to come across our county have all really made this experience worthwhile for me.
Well, great, and thank you for calling in. So, you've enjoyed your first campaign that you're saying, or not?
I think there's good and bad with everything. I've really enjoyed getting to meet some folks that I would not have gotten to meet otherwise. It's been really eye-opening because this is a completely different world than the world of education, where I'm, really at home. But at the same time, you have these experiences, and the Lord allows you to go through and experience things to help you grow and help you be a better person. And certainly this experience has done that for me.
Yeah. Well, Chad, thank you so much for calling in. As we've told everybody else, thank you so much for putting your name out there. As someone who has run some campaigns in the past, that is not easy to put you and your family out there. And so we've been talking to Chad Fletcher, who is going to be the Republican primary candidate for county mayor.
Well, thank you all for what you're doing, and I'm looking forward to all of the next steps and getting to meet more folks. I love our county. This is home, and I'm so excited to see where we'll go.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for calling in, Chad, and best of luck.
Thank you so much.
Chad.
You all have a good evening.
You too.
Take care. All right, bye-bye.
All right, Kasey, do we have some totals over there? Were you able to get them?
Yeah, on the district one, if I'm totaling these correctly, it looks like Jared Featherstone led the district with 513 votes, followed by Eric Maddox with 393, and then 370 votes for Mark McBryant. If I've got my numbers, that's unofficial.
Okay. And so,
unofficial.
So say those again, the unofficial numbers.
513, 393, and 370.
All right. And 370. So 513 for Featherstone.
Yes.
393 for
Eric Maddox.
Okay.
And 370 for Mark McBryant.
All right. Well, we will continue to look at those numbers and get those to you. And while we do that, we will take another break.
At Heritage South Community Credit Union, we're all about helping you make the smart plays. If your credit score needs a little coaching, don't sweat it. Our team is ready to help you bounce back step by step. Because when others step back, we help. When others won't. That's people helping people, the way it should be. Visit our team at a location near you or check us out online at heritagesouth.org. And let's get your financial game to the next round. Together. Insured by NCUA.
Get your building and construction materials out to the job site on time with Matthew Allen Trucking LLC. Whether you're moving gravel, sand, fill dirt, topsoil, or even heavy equipment, you can leave the trucking to the local pros. Call 931-580-5989 or email matrucking@att.net today. Matthew Allen Trucking LLC is proud to call Wartrace area home, so don't risk it. Get your materials to the job site on time with Matthew Allen.
You're probably looking for ways to produce results for your local business. Great place to start would be with a community staple. It's where your local target audience already is. Hopkins Farms Broadcasting. It's the obvious choice to lead your advertising campaign. We connect you directly with the people right here at home through trusted voices, hand-picked music, local sports, and content that always matters. Just ask the businesses who've partnered with us for years. If you're ready to grow, let's get you started on the radio today. Call 931-680-1215 or email WLIJWZNG@gmail.com. Hopkins Farms Broadcasting. Local stations, community-oriented, affordable ads, and most importantly, real results.
Welcome back to Bedford County primary election return coverage here on 98.7 FM and AM 1580 WLIJ. So we were trying to total up the numbers that we have in front of us. So they're in the back there.
They're coming in so fast, Warren. I think we might have gotten it. I think we might have got the first round of numbers incorrect. So we're getting it computed now.
Kasey and I are in here with a lot of papers in front of us, and we were just trying to add on the fly as we go. So those were definitely unofficial numbers, and we're waiting for the last ones to come in as they tally those in the back. But we are moving pretty fast through here to get the final numbers for tonight. I think we're only waiting on just a couple more boxes.
I think we missed a couple of early voting numbers on that first round of calculations, so we're revising that now.
All right. And so, if there's any candidates out there that would like to call in, we would love to hear from you. We'd like to hear kind of what some stories from the campaign trail and what you've learned and some of your big issues that you're wanting to focus on. Kasey, have you ever thought about running for office?
For brief seconds. Yeah. It goes out as quickly as it comes in.
Yeah. Same here. And as someone who
got some revised numbers here. Again, still unofficial. 598 for Featherstone, 331 for Maddox, 405 for McBryant. We're, that's unofficial. We're still, confirming that all the precincts and the votes are in.
Okay. All right. Yep. That one. Obviously, those are unofficial numbers, but we have at least all the precincts are closed there and turned their numbers in. So we'll wait to get those final numbers. And so, if anyone from that race wants to call in, we would love to hear from you.
Absolutely. Give us a call.
Yeah. So, we were joking about if we've ever thought about running for office, and it came briefly. I know my wife has always said no, for sure. That's not going to happen. But these people who do that, I always hear whenever I work on campaigns for people who did not work in politics before, how much they learn from actually. They learn about their own community. Yeah. Right. They thought they knew their community really well until they actually got out there, and they learned so much more.
Well, they learn a lot. They learn a lot in the process, but they also learn that it's probably the most unattractive part about serving in office is actually running for a campaign. It's a tremendous amount of work, a lot of hours, a lot of time has to be spent if you're going to do it correctly. And it's not for the faint of heart, because as Scott pointed out earlier, with the onset of social media, people have to have thick skin, because they're going to be, people now have a way of reaching a wide audience that they didn't used to have years ago.
All right, so Kasey, we have a call coming in. It looks like it's Jared Featherstone. Hey, Jared, this is Warren Wells and Kasey. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well. Thanks for calling.
Looking unofficially favorable for you tonight, sir?
Yes, sir, and I greatly appreciate all the support that I've received on the campaign trail, and also all those that showed up to vote. All the words of encouragement that I've received, I greatly appreciate what everybody said and done.
Awesome. Well, tell us a little bit about your experience. This is first time running for office, right?
Yes, sir. It's been rather hectic, rather busy, answering a lot of tough questions, talking to a lot of folks, a lot of people that I knew, but also met a whole lot of new people, and I've made a few new relationships, and I'm going to lean on those people for support and make sure that we do the right things for the county.
All right.
And all of District 1.
So, Jared, what was one of the things that motivated you the most to run for office in District 1?
I think bringing a sense of unity in, communication, being able to do that. I'm wanting to see a place for our children, a place for the community to grow in the ways that we need to, like economic development, things like that, so that we can move forward and take some burdens off of taxpayers. That's mainly what has motivated me. We need to get the tourism in here and get that stuff going. And, of course, we've always got to take care of our children and make sure everybody's safe. That's very near and dear to my heart, as you all know. And everybody that I've spoke to expresses the same concerns.
Right. We appreciate your service, too.
So Jared, you'll be moving on as a Republican candidate, but you will still have a general. Is that my understanding? Right?
That is completely correct.
All right, so you get to keep on campaigning.
This was the tune-up for the general, yes.
So guess what's going to happen to me? I'm going to get more tired.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, Jared, one of the fun things about growing up in a small town, you and I went to high school together, and who'd have thought, 30 years later we'd be talking on election night like this? But congratulations on doing well tonight.
Moving on through the primary, I mean, the people have really showed up and shown what they can do, and I'm going to try to keep on working and see what we can do come August.
All right.
Very good.
All right. Well, thank you, Jared. Best of luck to you.
Thank you all. Y'all have a great night.
You too.
All right.
So we were talking about running for campaign, and it really is a major time commitment that these folks have to make in order to do it well, and it's a personal sacrifice and a family sacrifice, for them to do this. So I appreciate everybody that chooses to do this, because it is a commitment.
Yeah. One thing we haven't mentioned is you don't do it for free. You got to raise money to do it, and I think that's one of the hardest things. Not only asking somebody for a vote, but asking someone to support you financially.
That's right,
too. And I know that keeps a lot of people from doing it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we have another call coming in. This is Warren with WLIJ.
Good evening, Warren.
Hey, how are you? Who is this?
This is Emily Red Hodges.
Hey, how are you, Emily?
Hey, Emily, how are you?
Wonderful. How are you?
Well, it looks like you've had a pretty good night.
I have.
Well, first, I want to apologize for announcing your name improperly the first 2 times I did it. So thank you for.
It's okay.
It's a little dyslexia on our part here today.
Yeah.
That's all right. I heard you had some vision problems going on.
I did. I'm wearing some really old glasses tonight because I broke mine. But who knows? Maybe I just can't read. But so tell us, is this your first time running for office?
It is. I've worked in the property assessor's office for the past 6 years. Worked in county government since I got out of high school. My boss, Rhonda, retired, so I thought, what better way to further my career? So I thought, hey, I'll throw my name in the hat and see what happens.
Yeah. So tell us, what have you learned about? So you've worked in the office. Is it very different whenever you decide to run?
It is. It's a whole different mindset. I currently work as a field appraiser, so I'm the person that goes out and does all the property inspections for residential, farm, and the commercial properties. So shifting gears now, it's going to be a little different, but having that first row seat to see what's out there in the county, I think it will fall into place and be something to learn from.
All right. Well, so you will be the Republican candidate in the general election coming in August, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, best of luck to you. And is there anything else you want to say before we let you go?
I do. I want to thank everybody for coming out today and early voting and casting those votes. And I'm encouraging them to come out in August and do the same thing.
All right. Well, thank you so much for calling in and best of luck.
Thank you. Good night.
Sorry, Emily, I cut you off there. All right, so Kasey, we have another
Your
precinct.
Eakin School is in, yes.
All right. Do you mind going through those numbers?
Sure. So the that precinct is in. Chad Fletcher, came away with 53.66% of the vote, with 110 votes. Allie Puckett came in with 34.63% of the vote with 71 votes, and James Sloan with 8.29% of the vote with 17 votes. And then the assessor of property, Emily Red Hodges, came in with 59.63% of the vote with 130 votes. Drew Reed with 87 votes for 39.
Kasey, you might hang on 1 second?
Yep.
This is Warren Wells with WLIJ. Who's this?
This is Johnny Reed, your Bedford County Register of Deeds.
Hey, how you doing, Mr. Reed?
I am doing great. It's a beautiful night here in Bedford County, and I'd just like to thank all the ones that got out and voted in this primary, and especially the ones that put the X in the box for me. And I look forward to August, and I'd appreciate your complimentary vote at that time because I love Bedford County, and I love serving our people.
You do. You're very passionate about your job, and I always enjoy hearing you talk about it. And so how long have you been in this office?
On my 24th year, when I take the oath of office again in September, I'll be the longest serving Register of Deeds in Bedford County.
In Bedford County history. Wow.
That's awesome.
Yes,
well, congratulations. And tell us what are some of the biggest issues you see coming up in your next term?
We're growing so fast that it's hard to keep up with the infrastructure here. There's so many big subdivisions. It's on plans to be built, but they haven't got them approved yet. And our town is, probably in the next 5 to 6 years, will be 60,000 here in Bedford County or more.
Wow. You in your 20 plus years, you've definitely seen some growth for sure.
Oh yes, when I first started, the high end house sale was $125,000, and now the starting house is about $350,000. So.
Wow. Yeah, things have changed, and we've grown a lot. Well, congratulations, and thank you for all the work that you do for our county.
You're very welcome.
All right.
Have a good evening. Thank you.
Thank you.
Too. So, Kasey, I think I interrupted you. I didn't want to miss that call. Had you finished the numbers there on that last box that came in?
Oh, yeah. So the assessor property, yes. Emily Red Hodges had 59.63% of the vote with 130 total votes, and Drew Reed with 39.91% with 87 votes.
All right.
In there.
All right, so that's one more box in, and so we're getting close tonight. So we will take one more break at least to hear from our sponsors.
Elevate your space with quality and style that's better by design. C&J Wood Design is the #1 cabinet supplier in our area, offering custom and pre-manufactured wood cabinets. Want to pick out something today? It's easier than ever with their online shop.
Just go to cnjwooddesign.com and click the shop tab.
If you need help during the process, 931-294-3075. Feel free to stop by their locations in Shelbyville and Tullahoma too. C&J Wood Design. Better by design.
You know, your eyes are a precious thing. You've got to take care of them. Looking for clear vision and hometown care you can trust? See the difference at Dr. Dale Hasty Family Eye Care. 605 North Main Street in Shelbyville, across from the U.S. Post Office. From comprehensive eye exams to helping you find that perfect pair of glasses, Dr. Hasty and his friendly team are focused on your family's vision and comfort every step of the way. Noticing changes in your eyesight? Time for that yearly checkup? Let's take care of it. 931-684-2020. Dr. Dale Hasty Family Eye Care, because your eyes are a precious thing. Looking for a reliable ride at an unbeatable price? Head on over to Ernie Cook & Son in Shelbyville, where the deals keep on rolling. Since 1975, Ernie Cook & Son Motors has been trusted for a simple and stress-free car buying experience with their signature selection of quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing is available. Take your test drive at 809 North Main in Shelbyville, next to Heritage South. Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5:30 and 8:30 to 1 on Saturday. Call today, 931-684-4808. That's Ernie Cook & Son Motors, where your next deal is waiting for you.
All right, welcome back to Bedford County primary election return coverage here on 98.7 FM and AM 1580 WLIJ. As always, tonight's coverage is on WLIJradio.com and the free WLIJ 98.7 mobile app. You can also join us via live stream on WLIJ's Facebook and YouTube channels. If you enjoy the coverage tonight, we encourage you to like, share, and follow WLIJ on Facebook. Well, Kasey, I was just back there, and they are totaling up the last of the numbers. As far as we know, we are just waiting on Fairhaven box to come in.
Okay.
And that should complete us for the night.
All right. Everybody's watching closely on this District 1 race. It seems to be the one to watch tonight.
Yes.
So we're waiting for those numbers to be computed finally, so we can see who will be moving on to the general election.
Yeah, call it a night here. We just want to thank everyone for listening tonight. We definitely want to thank our sponsors. As I said earlier, it's amazing to have a local radio station in a town our size, and can't do that without those sponsors. So Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care, because your eyes are a precious thing. Ernie Cook & Sons Motors, since 1975. Heritage South Community Credit Union, we help when others won't. Matthew Allen Trucking, getting your materials to the job site on time. C&J Wood Design, better by design. All right, so we got some more numbers coming in.
This is the election summary, was supposed to be all the districts in.
Okay. So, all right, so this is from Bedford County Election Commission. This is the final numbers here with everyone. So I will go through that. Kasey, just watch my numbers here and point me out since I haven't looked at these yet. All right, so for the Republican County Mayor, we have Chad Fletcher with 1,705 votes, Allie Puckett with 1,045 votes, and James Sloan with 399 votes. So that is 53% for Chad Fletcher, 32% for Allie Puckett, and 12% for James Sloan. So Chad Fletcher, as we talked to him just a little while ago, will be the Republican candidate for county mayor. Then in County Commission District 1, we have 513 votes, or 39.9% for Jared Featherstone. We have 393 votes?
393.
393, or 30.61 votes, 30.6% for Eric Maddox, and 370 votes, or 28.8% for Mark A. McBryant. So the two moving forward there will be Jared Featherstone and Eric Maddox. Just give me 1 second to go down through the list here. And we both of these we're going to move forward anyway, but I'll go through County Commission District 8. We have John Boutwell with 117 votes and Jason Boyette with 113 votes. Both will move on. And then assessor of property. So we have Emily Red Hodges with 1,975 votes, or 60%, and Drew Reed with 1,307 votes, or 39% of the votes. And so Emily Hodges will be the Republican candidate in the general election for that one.
And Warren, those are official election summary reports, so those numbers are final.
Yes. See if we have any more.
I think that's got them.
I think that's it. So I think we will go to one more break, and then we'll come back and close up. Kasey?
Sounds good.
All right. Thank you so much.
At Heritage South Community Credit Union, we're all about helping you make the smart plays. If your credit score needs a little coaching, don't sweat it. Our team is ready to help you bounce back step by step. Because when others step back, we help when others won't. That's people helping people, the way it should be. Visit our team at a location near you or check us out online at heritagesouth.org. And let's get your financial game to the next round. Together. Insured by NCUA.
Get your building and construction materials out to the job site on time with Matthew Allen Trucking LLC. Whether you're moving gravel, sand, fill dirt, topsoil, or even heavy equipment, you can leave the trucking to the local pros. Call 931-580-5989 or email matrucking@att.net today. Matthew Allen Trucking LLC is proud to call Ward Trace area home, so don't risk it. Get your materials to the job site on time with Matthew Allen.
Across Bedford, Rutherford, Coffee, Moore, and all of southern Middle Tennessee, local businesses are the heartbeat of our community. And at Hopkins Farms Broadcasting, we've built our reputation on supporting them all. In fact, we are committed as your local voice in supporting our local schools, sports teams, businesses, and veterans to help them thrive. All of that to say, when you advertise with us, you're not just buying airtime. You're becoming part of something bigger across radio waves and social media. So when you're ready to grow your business locally, we're here to help. Call 931-680-1215 or send a quick email, WLIJWZNG@gmail.com. Family owned and operated, local here in southern Middle Tennessee, and ready to serve. That is Hopkins Farms Broadcasting. Local stations, affordable ads, real results.
Beat him.
Welcome back to Bedford County primary election return coverage here on 98.7 FM and AM 1580 WLIJ. So, all right, so we have all the results in, and I just want to go through just the elections coming up. First, I just want to thank our sponsors again. We want to thank all the candidates that called in. But the elections that we have coming up, so we've now had the primary for our local office, and so the next one will be the general election for our locals and the primary for our state. So that is Thursday, August 6th. So voter registration deadline is Tuesday, July 7th. Early voting Friday, July 17th through Saturday, August 1st. And then absentee ballot request deadline is Monday, July 27th. So, Kasey, do you mind going through that last summary about the contested elections that we had tonight?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. For the county mayor with Chad Fletcher, and I'll read all the votes because it's kind of interesting to look at them in a summary format. Chad had 736 votes in the early voting, 9 absentee votes for a total. And then, of course, on Election Day, 960 votes for a total of 1,705. Allie Puckett had 534 votes early, 4 absentee votes, and 507 on Election Day for a total of 1,045 votes for 32.48%. And then James Sloan had 209 in the early voting, 5 absentee, 185 on Election Day, and 399 total votes for 12.4%. Then in that contested District 1 race, Jared Featherstone had 214 votes in the early voting, 0 absentee ballots for 299 on Election Day for a total of 513 votes. Eric Maddox had 227 at early voting, 1 absentee, 165 votes on Election Day for a total of 393 or 30.61. And then Mark McBryant had 167 early voting, 1 absentee, 202 on Election Day for a total of 370 for 28.82%, which makes that'll send Jared Featherstone and Eric Maddox on to the general election. And then for our, of course, with our property assessor, let me get to that. Emily Red Hodges had 896 votes in the earlies, 12 absentee, 1,067 on Election Day for a total of 1,975 for 60.07% of the vote. Drew Reed had 601 in the earlies, 9 absentee, 697 on Election Day for a total of 1,307 votes or 39.75%.
All right. Well, thank you, Kasey. I just want to tell both Scott and Kasey, thank you so much. I've enjoyed doing this with you all tonight, and it's always fun.
Yep.
Well, we thank everybody that went out and voted today, and voted early, and participated in our democratic process. We appreciate that because that's what it's all about.
That's right.
See you again in August, right?
That's right. So be sure to tune in right here Thursday, August 6th, and we'll see you then. Thank you all so much.
You know, your eyes are a precious thing. You've got to take care of them. Looking for clear vision and hometown care you can trust? See the difference at Dr. Dale Hasty Family Eye Care, 605 North Main Street in Shelbyville, across from the U.S. Post Office. From comprehensive eye exams to helping you find that perfect pair of glasses, Dr. Hasty and his friendly team are focused on your family's vision and comfort every step of the way. Noticing changes in your eyesight? Time for that yearly checkup? Let's take care of it. 931-684-2020. Dr. Dale Hasty Family Eye Care, because your eyes are a precious thing. Looking for a reliable ride at an unbeatable price? Head on over to Ernie Cook & Son in Shelbyville, where the deals keep on rolling. Since 1975, Ernie Cook & Son Motors has been trusted for a simple and stress-free car buying experience with their signature selection of quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing is available. Take your test drive at 809 North Main in Shelbyville, next to Heritage South, Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5:30 and 8:30 to 1 on Saturday. Call today, 931-684-4808. That's Ernie Cook & Son Motors, where your next deal is waiting for you.
At Heritage South Community Credit Union, we're all about helping you make the smart plays. If your credit score needs a little coaching, don't sweat it. Our team is ready to help you bounce back step by step. Because when others step back, we help when others won't. That's people helping people, the way it should be. Visit our team at a location near you or check us out online at heritagesouth.org. And let's get your financial game to the next round. Together. Insured by NCUA.
Get your building and construction materials out to the job site on time with Matthew Allen Trucking LLC. Whether you're moving gravel, sand, fill dirt, topsoil, or even heavy equipment, you can leave the trucking to the local pros. Call 931-580-5989 or email matrucking@att.net today. Matthew Allen Trucking LLC is proud to call Wartrace area home, so don't risk it. Get your materials to the job site on time with Matthew Allen.
Elevate your space with quality and style that's better by design. C&J Wood Design is the #1 cabinet supplier in our area, offering custom and pre-manufactured wood cabinets. Want to pick out something today? It's easier than ever with their online shop.
Just go to cnjwooddesign.com and click the shop tab.
If you need help during the process, 931-294-3075. Feel free to stop by their locations in Shelbyville and Tullahoma too. C&J Wood Design. Better by design.
WLIJ salutes all of our first responders who lay their lives on the line every day for others. Thank you. 98.7 and AM 1580 WLIJ, Shelbyville, Tennessee.
From the Matthew Allen Trucking Weather Center, here's Southern Tennessee weather meteorologist Elijah Kirby.
Tuesday night will turn active across southern Middle Tennessee as our next weather system moves in from the west. Expect mostly cloudy skies early, with showers and thunderstorms becoming likely after midnight. Overnight lows will settle near 63 degrees, with south winds at 10 to 15 miles per hour continuing to pull in moisture. As the night goes on, we'll see coverage of rain and storms increase, with periods of moderate to occasionally heavy rainfall developing. While the overall severe weather threat remains fairly low, a few storms could still produce gusty winds and locally heavy downpours, especially towards daybreak. By early Wednesday morning, many areas will be dealing with ongoing rain and embedded thunderstorms, setting the stage for a wet start to the day. The rest of Wednesday will be wet and stormy, with highs near 72 degrees. That's your overnight weather update. I'm Southern Tennessee weather meteorologist Elijah Kirby.
Get your building and construction materials out to the job site on time with Matthew Allen Trucking LLC. Whether you're moving gravel, sand, filled dirt, topsoil, or even heavy equipment, you can leave the trucking to the local pros. Call 931-580-5989 or email matrucking@att.net today. Matthew Allen Trucking LLC is proud to call Wartrace area home, so don't risk it. Get your materials to the job site on time with Matthew Allen.
This is your junior Shelbyville Central cheerleader, Ella Tidwell, and you're on Shelbyville's radio home for Central, 98.7 FM and AM 1580. WLIJ, go Eagles.